Hello and welcome to Mechanism Part 3. I'm going to explain how you make a digital miner. First off, I'm going to tell you how much resources you need. Here are all the resources you need to make the digital miner and the osmium compressor. The osmium compressor is to make refined obsidian ingots. This is the minimum what you will need, so back to the recipes. First off, we're going to make a osmium compressor. It's to make the refined obsidian ingots. You make the osmium compressor with two advanced control circuits. Quick look how do you make those. Basic control circuit in the middle with an enriched alloy to the left and right. Place one at the bottom, one at the top, then two buckets at the sides and a steel casing in the middle, 4 enriched alloys at the corners in total, and then you get a osmium compressor. Once you have the osmium compressor, you can use it by placing refined obsidian dust in the top and osmium ingot at the bottom. If you place the osmium ingot in the bottom, it will consume it, and here you see it has liquid osmium. Quick example on how it works. Place it in, it starts working, and then you place your ingot in and it will come out. Now that it's done, you get a refined obsidian ingot. You need 2 of those, so make enough refined obsidian dust and then you can make 2 ingots. Then we're going to make all the components that you need for the digital miner. With the digital miner, we're going to start off with making 2 logistical sorters. How do you make a logistical sorter? It's with an upside down pants shaped iron leggings with a basic control circuit in the middle and a piston on top. How do you make a piston? Piston is the standard piston like a vanilla Minecraft, so not a lot of problems there. Make 2 of those, then you can keep going and make a personal chest. Personal chest is made for the robot. In the next one, you only need 1 personal chest. It's a basic control circuit in the middle with 2 oak chests at the sides, 3 steel ingots at the bottom, 1 at the top right corner, 1 at the top left, and a piece of glass in the middle. And you get a personal chest. The personal chest is used to make a robot. A robot is produced with a personal chest at the bottom, 2 refined obsidians, 1 at each side beside the personal chest, an atomic alloy in the middle with a energy tablet to the left and right, and a steel ingot at the top. Then you get a robot. It's a cute robot, so you can also make that thing later on. Teleportation core, you need 2 pieces of those. It looks expensive. It is kind of expensive, but it is not that expensive. You take a full diamond in the middle, gold bars at the sides, 4 lapis lazuli in the corners, and 2 atomic alloys. Atomic alloys, everybody knows how to make those. You may gonna make 2 of those, so be careful of that. Then you can put everything together with a couple extras. Steel casing at the bottom with 2 teleportation cores at the sides, then a robot in the middle with 2 logistics sorters at the sides, and then a basic control circuit with 2 atomic alloys at the sides. Once you have that, you get the digital miner. Well, if you make digital miner, for the most people that make it for the first time, you want to also make a dictionary. How do you make a dictionary? Take a book and a basic control circuit. If you don't know how to make a book, this is how you make a book most of the time. Good luck. And then you get a dictionary. What the dictionary does, if you right click on something, it will say what sort of thing it is, and then you can basically type in exactly that into the digital miner. So this is also a quarry and a precision mining machine. So once you have set this machine down, I place it usually against my triple ore processing. That's what I've done right here. This machine, if you place it down and you look somewhere, place it on the spot you see right here that's highlighted, but it will conquer 3 by 3 on 2, so 2 high and a 3 on 3, and it will be this big. So be careful what you do there. You can place it like this, but not any closer because that's interacting with other materials around it. There you go. You also want to have a little bit space above so you can place on chests and other things. Same with the back side, so you can place in chests right there. How does a machine like this work? Well, first off, you're gonna see this little menu. It's gonna be overwhelming in the beginning, but it's pretty easy. First off, what you want to do is visualize on. That's for yourself for the beginning, and then you can click on configurations. What visualize will do is it will visualize how big the machine will be. Starting radius will be, for every machine that is new, will be 10. So if you want to see how big it is, you can't because it's not yet high enough. What do you mean with high enough? The max height that this machine can mine is 60. So I'm going to be making it better height, right, like this. And here you see a lot of small white dots. This is the area that will mine, and the radius is way too small, so you can up it until the maximum of 32. If you click 32, you see it's way bigger. That's nice, but for this demonstration we don't need it that big. Take 14, that's good enough. And the height of 62 is also perfect because that's high enough. As you can see here, it's just below the ores that I've selected. So now you can actually mine everything, even obsidian. So if you have made obsidian somewhere deep below, you can place this machine close by or keep it far away. Then you can type in obsidian in this machine and it will mine all the obsidian without any hassle. You might encounter a couple problems that you want to do or won't do. If you say you want to automatically silk touch everything, I recommend you do this for all the redstone and lapis, same as diamonds and other single ores like coal. You can place on silk touch everything that will be mined will be without getting destroyed. And if you click on silk touch, you can see that it's switched to on. So this is pretty easy to see if it's switched on or not. Then you have the pull. What a pull is it will pull everything from the chest at the top side, this board right here, down into the machine. It's mostly used if you take a new filter and then do whatever you want. Let's say obsidian. Now you save it. There you have obsidian. Let's say, for instance, we want this block to be removed, right? We can say that the machine has to turn on and then take away the obsidian. But there is a catch. If you take away the obsidian, there will be nothing left there. So what you want to do in the public server, or if you want to keep the mob count low, because if you mine away, let's say too high like this, it will be gone, and there you have a place for a mob to spawn. If you then imagine every single ore that you can mine within this radius, there will be a lot of places a mobs can spawn. So what you want to do is go to configurations, then click on this ore, and you see obsidian. Everything that you want to replace, you can replace it with anything you want. You might even replace it with diamond blocks or anything else, but that doesn't need to happen. I would say use cobblestone or stone if you have too much of it. And you can left click on it, won't use any of the resources you have, but it will say that it will use that. Now if you see this exclamation mark, it says require replace no. If you click on it, now it's yes, and if you do save, it will now replace it. You right click in it, reset just to be safe. Might be laggy, so just reset it and then press start. There are two, and it says you need missing block stone. Place it inside here, it will pull it out, and there you see it will replace it. With everything that you add on it, like silk touch, auto eject or auto pull, it will use up more electricity. If you don't want the stone to be stored inside this machine, you can place a chest on top of here. It doesn't matter what type of chest, might even be a bin. Like a bin can store up to a couple thousands of one single same sort of item. You might set a bin on top with cobblestone inside, and then you can let it drop in. On the back, if you want it to be auto ejecting, you want to say auto eject on and then place a chest at the back side, or transport logistics cable somewhere else, and then you can transport all the items. Now all the ores are mined. Now you have 2 obsidian in this machine. Now if you want to do every single ore that is possible, you can also change it up a little bit. You can type in, for my mod personally, asterisk, that's a little star, and then ore, then the little star again. This will be every single ore there is. So it will search for ores or blocks with the name ore in it. Save it, boom, it will now do every single ore. What I mean by it, if I right click on the grass, it says grass, and if I right click on gold, it says ore gold, and on iron it is ore iron, and on emeralds or emerald, etc on all the different ores. Then if you go to this machine, you say reset start, and it will say that you have 8 because of the height and the width. Now it will start taking away all these ores that are in this wall and replace it with stone, so it won't be a gaping hole. I'm gonna show you guys. Say no to the replacing and save, and go back, then start the machine. It will take away. I have it taking it away without replacing any blocks, and you have now a place where mobs can spawn. Every option you add will be coming a plus on the energy it will cost, so placing this thing full of energy upgrades is a must, and if you can also place 2 to 4 speed upgrades in there if you want. If you don't want this thing to be breaking, I also recommend you making an anchor. It's not necessary, so I did not include it into build. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys liked, and hope you guys learned something from this. And if you have any suggestions, comments on how I can make this better, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. So I'm going to show you how long it's going to take for digital miner to dig out the entire area, as you can see here, with 8 speed upgrades and an anchor so it doesn't despawn. The energy source is going to be a creative energy cube, and right now I'm going to show you a small little time lapse on how fast this machine is going to mine everything away. So here I've started the machine and let it mine. There wasn't really a lot that you could see in the beginning. And after a while, that's mostly like 30 minutes to 40 minutes, something in that ballpark. It slowly started to come through, as you can see right here. First you hear the plopping of the blocks, and then you can actually see the blocks disappear. And if you look into it, it's a giant hole from the bottom to the top. As you can see, it scans from left to right and it takes block by block. Once that's done, it goes to the next part and does the next thing, row per row, working its way up. As you can see, there were a couple blocks that weren't getting taken away. Like the endstone that you can see there in the bottom, I didn't specify that it also could mine endstone, and a couple patches of clay that were floating in the middle of the air. There were also a couple blocks that weren't from this mod pack. It couldn't recognize those as well, so it left them up, and that's something you have to then clean up afterwards for yourself. Just little touch-ups, but it's way faster than doing it by hand. You can see it goes up really fast actually. For just letting it run, you can do something else. The total amount of waiting time was about 3 hours, but that's the recording time, and if you take that away, it's about 2.5 to 2 3/4 of an hour that you have to wait before this entire thing is mined out. The radius that I said was 10, so it's a 20 by 20 cavity that you will see in the end. Not that big, but also not that small. Here you can see that the last parts from the gravel. Gravel is a little bit difficult. It doesn't get taken away that easily. If you break the block under gravel, the gravel above it will fall down. Because the machine was already below and started from the bottom to the top, it has been to those places and won't break the blocks of gravel that have fallen down. So as you can see, it's a little bit of gravel that's still on the top, and I cleared away the clay that was left, and now you can see that it is mining away the last pieces of gravel. That was basically it, and as you can see here, it is a giant hole that has been made without touching any of the blocks in about 2.5 hours. So in that meantime, you can do something else or can just watch it go to work. It's nice to see, and for the rest, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.